Well, hello everyone once again. Good early afternoon on Tuesday. I am in Hodgenville, Kentucky at the Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Landmark. His actual childhood home is about 10 miles from here, and I am also going to go drive over to that as well. But this is the little town that Abraham Lincoln grew up in, Hodgenville, Kentucky. And just gonna look around the National Monument, historical landmark that they have here. As you can see right in front of us, there is a monument very similar to the one in Washington that was constructed to honor our 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, arguably the greatest, most important, and most critical president we ever had. Kept the Union together, ended slavery, created citizenship path for everyone in this country. That's a hell of a resume. So yeah, just gonna honor this man, our president, by coming out to this monument as well as visiting his childhood home. If I pan over, and I won't do it very fast because I know I've done that before and I don't want to give anybody motion sickness. We've got some log cabins over here, and I was kind of interested. I saw this one that said the Nancy Lincoln Inn, and definitely doesn't look like it's been used in not just a number of years, but a number of decades. They've actually got it cordoned off. Probably can't tell, but they've got a rope there to cordon it off. Got a sign that looks like it was last painted in 1978. But the grounds are just beautiful. And I read up on these log cabins and the inn. They were not part of the original site when Abraham Lincoln was here. So basically, very interesting little factoid. When the Model T was brought about, manufactured, and folks finally started adventuring around, kind of like I am now, getting away from their homes and going and visiting places, right around the late 1920s and 30s. This was one of the places folks all wanted to come visit. They wanted to come see Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. And so one of his descendants in that period of time, 100 years ago, constructed this inn right here. So this used to be an inn, basically one of the country's first bed and breakfast, I guess you could say, where people would come and stay. And then likewise, these log cabins over here were constructed for people to stay at, to come visit. So that's pretty cool that when we finally became a mobilized citizenship, and as you might imagine, prior to the invention of the automobile, most people didn't venture more than 10 to 20 miles away from their home at all, if ever, unless they joined the military or something like that. But other than, wars, people pretty much stayed 10 to 20 miles from their house their entire lives. And so the invention of the automobile allowed people to get out and go see other places. Well, I think that's pretty cool that the very first place that folks historically wanted to go see was Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. So that is the genesis of the Nancy Lincoln Inn. I'm not so sure how excited old Abe would have been that the inn was named after. But no, I'm just joking. Obviously, it's, one of the history's great stories is the mercurial nature of one Nancy Lincoln that was about 180 degrees opposite from the disposition of our president. But, I like to say opposites attract, and it's pretty well documented. They were about 180 degrees opposite when it came to personalities. So anyway, yeah, just gonna look around here and go up to the monument over here. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye. All right, I am headed up the Abraham Lincoln historical landmark slash monument here in Hodgenville, Kentucky. Just got finished talking to a really nice couple that are basically both of them. They're retired. They're in their 60s, born and raised here. They say they come out here and walk around. They just grew up with this place. So really, really nice people here in central Kentucky. Just, you know, salt of the earth type of folks. Nobody that wants to get on camera. So that's fine. No need to film every interaction that I have, obviously. We're walking up here. Yeah. So obviously this is not to scale with the Lincoln Memorial in DC. Let me pan out here a little more. There we go. But hey, nice little thing to have in the little bitty town in central Kentucky that you were born and raised in, that they do this for you. I'm not exactly sure when this was constructed. I want to say like very early 1900s. All right, let me take a look around here. Just beautiful, beautiful landscaping around here too. They take it serious. This community takes this monument in this area very, very seriously. So yeah, I got some stuff on Lincoln here. Yeah, Lincoln was born here February 12th, 1809 in a log cabin, and we are going to go visit that log cabin as well. An idyllic frontier scene. I'm not so sure how somebody born in 1809 would say it was idyllic. It's idyllic today for us to think back on, but something tells me that if you were born in this part of the world in 1809, I'll put it this way. This landscape and these mountains do not suffer fools. You gotta come correct. You're just surviving every day. All right, let's see what we got here. This memorial erected through the Lincoln Farm Association. Let's see if they got a year on here. Yep, dedicated by President Taft, November 9th, 1911. Cornerstone laid by President Teddy Roosevelt, February 12th, 1909. So this monument is almost 120 years old. Laid by Teddy, dedicated by Taft. Let's see if they got over here. And I mean, literally, we are just, you know, this is the land that he worked. Okay, and this is just the Board of Trustees at that time, back in 1909, 1910, 1911, 1912. Yeah, none of these folks are around anymore, obviously. Just walk around here. See? Yeah, just look at that. Just gorgeous. Got some hiking trails around here. We're not going to do that today because I've got some other stuff that I want to go see in the Tesla. But just a beautiful, and it's not huge. It's just, like I said, it's just this monument that his own community wanted to commemorate him with. I mean, he's one of theirs, right? So they wanted to commemorate it. Got some hiking trails. Very, very well kept. Very well kept. You can tell they take this place seriously. There you go. Coming around the monument here. Yep, and then there's the American flag in front of the memorial for our 16th President of the United States. Come over here. There we go. That's where he came from. And that's where he went to. All right. Well, I'm going to go around the back and just see if there's anything going. Probably just I don't know what's in there. Let's go see. So I'm inside the memorial now, and really the only thing inside of it is a replica of Abraham Lincoln's boyhood home, the log cabin that he grew up in. We are actually going to go visit the exact site of his boyhood home. So, yeah. That's all that's inside of it. I mean, pretty simple, but he was a simple man and lived by simple principles. So I'd actually say very, very fitting for something to commemorate him within his memorial. We'll go around the side here, see if there's anything else. It's obviously cordoned off, so you can't go inside, but there you go. You can actually see better than I can. There ain't much in there. And that's it. Just walk around it, and that's it. Up at the window, at the top. Yeah? All right. Well, I'm gonna head on outside and get back in the car, and we're gonna head over to Lincoln's actual boyhood home, about 10 miles from here. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. All right. I am in an area of Hodgenville, Kentucky called Knob Creek. Probably today what most people would think of when I say Knob Creek is a particular type of bourbon whiskey. But prior to that, this is the childhood home of one Abraham Lincoln. So this was his land. This is where he lived and farmed. You see it. And my understanding from talking to some of the park rangers is this is pretty much exactly the way it was in 1809 when he was born. This area right here and the area cut out here, this is where a lot of the farming would take place. I'm gonna go around and look at the cabin here in a second, but man, look at that, it's just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous in here. All right. So this is the exact spot and a replication of the exact home that one Abraham Lincoln grew up in between 1809 and I can't remember exactly, 1819 or 1820. But you can see, not very big. Let me go around this a little bit. Got a wooden log cabin. Let me back up a little bit here. Got a chimney. Yeah, I mean, this is it's the size of a shoebox by modern day standards. And that over there, that's actually a visitor center. The visitor center at his childhood home is literally as big as 10 of his actual home. Imagine that when you're 10 years old, what if somebody told you, hey, there's gonna be a visitor center next to your house, and the visitor center is gonna be 10 times bigger than the house you're growing up in right now. I know things look really crappy. I know you're poor as hell and you hate your life, but one day, just one day, keep going, keep moving forward. So yeah, look at this. This is his home. This is where Abraham Lincoln was born and raised, right here. This obviously isn't the same wood, but still pretty cool to be on the exact same spot. So definitely paying respect to him today. Again, in my humble opinion, the greatest president that we've ever had. Just with everything that he dealt with and was successful with just about all of it. Kept the Union together and did a lot for so many people. So, yeah, I don't know how many amendments are because of him, but it's a lot. At one time, like 20% of the amendments to the United States are due to Abraham Lincoln. Obviously not taking anything away from George Washington, because that's the father of the nation. And there's a handful of others that But I think it's inarguable, in my humble opinion, that Abraham Lincoln's the greatest president this country's ever had. And it's not even close. All right. And so for me, pretty special to come see the home that he was born and raised in and lay hands on it and walk around it. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get back in the car and go see some more beautiful areas of central Kentucky. I'm going to leave this Kentucky boy farm alone and get on the road. Talk to y'all later. Bye.